Hello everyone, this is my not so daily vlog, episode 39, and today I'd like to talk about OCD. Um, Among the many things that I've dealt with in my life, I also deal with OCD, or something like OCD. And, I haven't really been treated for that in particular, but I am prescribed medication for schizophrenia and mood disorder, something like that. And, OCD is kind of one of the lesser things that I deal with, to be honest. Now, OCD is usually a nervous thing. It usually comes out of a nervousness in related to someone's character, somebody's personality, or someone's uneasiness. At least that's how it was for me. It comes out of my nervousness and anxiety, and it's kind of brought me to a point where I can kind of control it, but I went through a lot of pain before I could control it. And OCD is a bunch of little things. It has to do with constantly occupying oneself with trivial matters that really aren't a big deal, like checking water faucets to see if they're off, checking doors to make sure they're closed or open, checking locks to make sure they're locked, or checking even hygiene, like one's breath, the oil on one's face, if one is sweating, if one has enough saline solution in their eyes, if their eyes are red. And I spend a lot of my time still, and it's gotten a little bit worse recently. I still spend a lot of my time checking to see if doors are closed, if the fridges are closed, and constantly looking at these things like they're gonna change or move. And the funny thing is, I think the reason I do that is because I used to hallucinate as a schizophrenic who also couldn't sleep. I hallucinated quite a bit in the past, and it kind of made me not trust everything I see with my eyes. And maybe that's why I expect things to move or change, or not be as they were, and thus be open or insecure or anything like that. And I want to share one particular tactic or method I use to combat this, and it's kind of like a score system. I give myself kind of a point if I decide not to check something by checking my memory and thinking back, like, okay, I'm fairly certain or almost 100% certain that I closed this. I should not check it. In fact, I should avoid checking it even if I think that it is open, and that I should basically decide that my maintained stability as far as checking things go in OCD is more important than seeing if something is open. Even if it's open, even if it's on, even if the faucet is still on, it's more important than it's more important to not check it than it is to turn it off or secure it or what have you. And I found that this works very well. Another thing that I've developed over time is I use all my senses to check things. Since when I just use my eyes, it's extremely hard to decide sometimes if something is off or secure if I don't touch it literally with my hand. Then I try to use all my senses. I try to listen. I try to use my peripheral vision. I try to use my sense of like balance, like feeling vibrations in the air. And this has actually made my senses more acute and made myself more aware of things, actually, ironically. Trying to use all my senses to take in as much data as possible so that my memory does have data to draw back on if I try to remember if something is off or secure. And it really does help. I've never really read any literature about how to deal with OCD, and I've never even really met somebody suffering from even the amount of extremity I suffer. And that doesn't necessarily bother me. I've met a lot of different people with schizophrenia or had addictions in the past or have addictions now, and support groups don't always help the most how do I put this unique of cases. I happen to be very different ideologically, not just biochemically or physically or mentally, however you want to say it. Do with schizophrenia, OCD, addictions in the past, major depressive disorder. I'm dealing with some things. But honestly, I'm in a pretty good place now, and it's because I've developed my own techniques for dealing with things. And these are just some of mine for OCD. I'd love to hear what, if you have OCD, what you do to, how do you handle it? What do you do instead of checking something to see if it's closed, constantly looking at it to make sure that it's not going to open, just stupid things like that that don't seem like a big deal, but they add up. They really do add up, and they're a pain in the butt, man. They are a pain in the butt. You almost don't want to go anywhere just so you don't have to check as many things. But yeah, it's a real pain in the ass. And feel free to comment or message me on Facebook if you want more details, because I'm always willing to try to help somebody else. And you know, I don't succeed in it all the time. Few of us do. But I have my really good days where I can make it a priority to not be OCD, to not constantly check things, and to worry about things, because it really affects your life. But thank you for watching. This has been my daily vlog, episode 39. That's not so daily anymore, but I'm going to keep on calling it that. And please give me a like if you like this, if you learned anything, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And if you recommend videos, I will more than likely make them. Thank you very much.